What's up guys, Emargy's back in the game, so welcome to a new episode of the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. We have this riddle in front of us. I finally figured out how to do it. I just not tried now in the way we have to, but now I will start. So, what do we have to do? What is the goal? We have to put those knobs into this chess field, I think. And in across, so in this line and in this line, there only can be one knob. So if there's one, we can put one here, here, or this road down below. Then it will just, though the first one place will just disappear. So now we have to find out how we can place them in the correct order. So that was wrong already. So they will not disappear, and I think this isn't that easy. It really isn't. So we have one there. Okay. Okay, so where's one missing? Here's one missing. No. Okay, there was no one. I hate this kind of games, I just wanted to say, but I just remembered that I said this at the last riddle. This
now
one looks
I can
good.
open the
Yay!
chest.
We did it! Phew!
Here we are. I am eager to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
Extraordinary.
This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
I've seen and heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the?
But why?
Run, Watson. Hurry.
He's escaped. I hope that your motivations are founded, Holmes. I don't much like skirting around the edges of the law like this.
It is annoying. Let's leave without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so precious for these men to commit such terrible acts?
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly worth stealing.
So, we haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
What?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Let us return to Baker Street as quickly as possible.
Okay, let's return to Baker Street. Diocese of Knightsbridge? Baker Street.
We have crossed London at a breakneck speed. We could have knocked someone over, and naturally I had to pay the cabbie out of my own pocket.
Watson, stop complaining. We have to analyze the clues found at the bishop's house.
Okay, let's analyze the clues. What do we have? A finger. This is the first one we will observe. Pincers, a brush, acid. What do we else have here? That's it. Let's clean it.
I can't do that.
I can't do that. Of course not.
I can't do that.
Of course not.
Tooth marks, rather deep ones. I'd say of incisors and a canine.
Okay. Acid?
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
I can't do. I can't do that.
That's all I can hear.
Black and damp earth under the nail. Interesting.
Interesting.
Fragments of skin. A phalanx. This finger wasn't cut off. It was ripped off.
Oh, that's really gross.
Bite marks on this severed finger. I am afraid of the significance.
The thieves didn't get what they wanted. When they were faced with the bishop's refusal to cooperate, one of the gang shook his finger at him to indicate that he was responsible for his unfortunate state.
And the poor man, whose head was the only part of him not bound by ropes, bit the finger violently enough to sever it. An uncommonly savage act.
Watson, I am certain that when we have explained the reasons behind this sudden bestiality, we will have revealed a larger part of the mystery.
I think so.
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
There is something written on this scalpel. I should clean it.
Let's clean it. Seriously?
I can make out WCCH. What do the initials stand for? How many hospitals are there in the Whitechapel area, Watson?
If we count public dispensaries, enough to keep us busy for an entire month. Did this scalpel come from a hospital?
Yes, as the initials WCCH engraved upon it show us. We must think on how best to deal with this. We do not have the time to investigate every hospital in Whitechapel.
Okay. Then
I have cut a small piece
rope
off the rope. That should be enough.
That should be enough. Okay, let's clean it first with the
A
pincers,
lot
I
of
think.
fragment. Black and damp earth. I must compare the samples of earth that I found.
Yep.
I
can't do that. Oh, a scalpel.
can't.
See, I didn't realize I have a scalpel here too. I want to use it on the finger.
I can't do that.
What do I have to use? I tried
I can't do that.
everything.
This rope is only worn on one side.
Why did you use the pincers for this? I really
This
don't get
fragment
it.
of stone is very smooth, and it seems to be of a peculiar quality. I shall have to strip it with one of my products.
To strip it, then we use the
I
scalpel.
can't do.
No, of course we don't use it.
I can't.
Seriously.
This stone
Oh,
appears
okay.
to be the same as those found within the rope's fibers.
Okay, I see. I still haven't watched the the second Sherlock Holmes movie. Maybe that's the reason why I can't reason like him. Not yet.
I can't do that.
That's why he always says,
This stone
I can't do
is
that.
granite, covered in black paint. The fragments found in the rope and this piece of granite come from the same place. I must compare the samples of earth that I found.
Okay.
I must compare the samples of earth that I found.
What do you want from me?
Compare.
Okay. What? Instructions. Analyze the clues. Oh, great instructions. Thank you so much.
I must compare.
Oh, no! I must compare. What do you... What? Ah,
And if I mix this
Oh.
earth with another substance,
like acid?
I can't do that.
No, water?
Now it must all be stirred. I can't.
Okay.
The samples of earth taken from beneath the fingernail and from the ropes originate from the same place.
How do you know?
It took just a little water to analyze the consistency. The soil has retained its moisture, even though there hasn't been rain in London for over a week.
This soil could come from the bank of a river, or somewhere where the evaporation is slower. A mine, perhaps, or a trench.
The banks of the Thames are clay soil, unlike our samples, so we can rule that out. The nearest mines are 12 miles away, so I would rule that out also. I would therefore conclude your last theory to be nearer the mark.
A trench?
A pit. Watson, bring me your register of the London hospitals.
Studying the scalpel has given you an idea, then?
Indeed.
I'll get it.
Indeed. You control Dr. Watson. Okay, so now we have to find his book with the addresses of all the hospitals in London. Daily report. The Marquess fake necklace. At the moment of writing these lines, the famous Samoan necklace belonging to the Marquess of Conyngham has still not been recovered. Our editorial staff remain reserved as to the role that the famous detective Sherlock Holmes has played in the affair. For this is not the first time that Mr. Holmes has compromised himself during the course of one of his so-called investigations. When recalling the second Stain case, the affair is indeed strangely similar to the Marquess of Conningham's necklace misfortune. Indeed, Mr. Trelawney Hope, Secretary of State for European Affairs, had a document of extreme value in his safe box, which had been stolen but a few days earlier. Who, if not Sherlock Holmes, could have replaced the document in Mr. Hope's safe? What was the point of the trick? It was evident that Sherlock Holmes knew the identity of the person blackmailing the gentleman's wife, Lady Hilda Trelawney Hope, guilty of a love affair with another man. The sinister blackmailer, a certain Lucas, had a letter that revealed Lady Trelawney Hope's double life. He wanted the Secretary of State's wife to give him the precious document belonging to her husband. In exchange for the love letter, she obeyed him. But then Lucas was found murdered, and Mr. Holmes managed to find the compromising letter without any difficulty on the crime scene after it had been meticulously searched by the police. Does that not strike you as strange? Mr. Holmes knew where the hiding place was, without any doubt. As to the motive for the murder, no need to ask who might profit from the crime. Eradicate a cumbersome accomplice and thus appear as a hero in the eyes of the authorities. Evidently, the transcription of the affair, undertaken by Mr. Holmes' friend Dr. Watson, gives another explanation entirely. But is he truly objective? We may allow ourselves a little doubt on that score.
Read the paper,
Son of a
Holmes.
bitch. Read the paper,
General
Holmes.
practitioner. That won't be.
Okay.
Hospitals and dispensaries in London. I have
Yay.
found my book, Holmes.
Good. Put it on the work table, will you?
Of course. Am I his secretary or what? Where is it? Put it on the working table.
Here is the section showing Whitechapel.
okay.
I made several notations on these pages during our investigation into the Ripper, which might prove useful. All we need to do is to find a hospital or a public dispensary near a location where pits have been dug and black granite has been used.
It's simplicity itself. I haven't finished my analysis.
You control Sherlock Holmes. The rope is worn only on one side. So the rope was manufactured with a one side? Nope, the rope was always used from the same side. Near water and has rotted. No, it was always used from the same side. The damp earth brought in by the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers. The soil is from a pit, the soil is from a well, the soil is from a pit. They already said that. Rope used for tying up boats. The rope is used in a well. The rope is used to lower something into a pit. That is not right. God damn it. The fragment of granite, painted black. The fragment comes from a monument painted black. The fragment is from a painted rock. The fragment comes from a granite wall painted black. Maybe. The soil is from a pit and from a granite wall painted black. The earth and the fragment of granite come from a building. The earth and the stone are from a pit near a monument. The earth and the fragment of granite come from a cave. I would say a cave. The lower is something in the pit and from a cave. The earth, the rope, and the fragment of granite come from a grave. Come from a building undergoing repairs. Come from a tombstone factory. I would say a grave, maybe. Dispensary. Whitechapel Cemetery.
I am missing some information.
Okay. The Whitechapel Clinic is near Tombstone Factory. Near a grave. The Whitechapel Clinic. I hate it. Near the cemetery. Near a memorial. Near Tombstone Factory. Okay. Near Tombstone Factory. Definitely. Okay. From a building, monument. Seriously. But it is from a pit. He said it himself. There's a one side.
I am missing some... I am...
God damn it. The Whitechapel Clinic. Granite Quarry. Well, maybe... Maybe it really is... a building undergoing repairs, I don't know. Construction site. Come from a building, maybe? So the pit has to be right. Definitely. Like I said, he said it himself. Yeah, well, I don't really know. Used to lower something into a pit. Yeah, I would say lower something down because it's always used from the same side. And the soil is from a pit and the fragment comes from a granite wall painted black. From a pit near a monument. Near a monument or from a building, I think. A building undergoing repairs and then near a construction site. This has to be right.
I am
Large
missing
repair
some
site.
information.
But why? This makes perfect sense. This really makes perfect sense.
Now I can make the right decision.
The monument. Okay, now we finally have it. I think those investigations are really hard to solve, I think, actually, because I think I had at least 3 times a really logical answer. So, from a grave. So it's the cemetery. Yay.
The public dispensary number 4661. It's just opposite the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
Yes, Watson. The murderer with the missing finger must work in the cemetery, or at least visit it. He could have taken a rope, one of the type they use to lower the coffins into the graves. The granite is minute particles of tombstone.
And he only had to cross the road to steal a scalpel from the dispensary opposite.
Finally. Okay, so I think next we will go to the cemetery. Or maybe not. Oh, what do we have here? What? What is he doing?
No, it is unnecessary.
What? Run, Holmes, run.
I can analyze the chemical composition of a sub...
Okay. Why?
We must analyze...
We must analyze all
I
our
can
clues.
analyze...
Yeah. So?
No, it...
Oh, okay. To analyze the evidence, add liquid from the test tube. Use all active... What? I couldn't read it, actually.
I haven't finished my...
But I would say that we end this episode here and analyze this in the next one. I really hope you did like it. If you did, I really hope you liked this episode. If you did, hit that like button down below, leave a comment, and then I will see you again in the next episode of The Testament of Sherlock Holmes.